Full disclosure, man. Full transparency here. Tell it how it is. I screwed up. Big time. We're going to make mistakes. We're going to fall. We're going to, bust our knee open. But you got to get up. You got to dust yourself off. And however you do that, you've got to figure out what it is you've got to get done. And you got to just go do it, And that's what we did here. I mean, honestly, I was ready to throw the towel in. I was ready. I was so upset and pissed off at myself that I did that. But, just have to kind of stop, breathe, think about it, and then, attack it at a different angle and get it done. And that's what we did. So as much as I've tried to do on my own, sometimes you just gotta phone a friend. And today our friend came through, gave me a hand, and we've got our ridgepole set. Now that the ridgepole is set, the next step is I gotta get up here and I've gotta get the ridgepole fastened to the uprights on both sides. Well, I made it up here again. And I'm gonna try to set this camera up and I'll show you guys what I'm doing. So now the plan is we're going to put these little spacers here on both sides, just like so. We'll get the ridgepole centered, and then we're going to put 2x4s along the side here and sandwich the ridgepole into place so we don't have to worry about it moving. Okay, so we got the first side done. Now we're gonna go do the other side. Behind me here, all the way at the end, we've got that one in place and mounted. This one behind my shoulder or above my shoulder right here is basically just temporary. I wanna make sure that the center of the ridge line doesn't start to sag. So by putting that 2x6 off of that floor there, that just keeps it up about a 1/2 inch. Now after all of the rafters are in, I'll take that off and it should settle about a 1/2 inch or so, which then would make a perfectly straight ridge line. So that's kind of what we're shooting for here. Okay, so basically this is my 2x8 ridge line or ridge pole. It is sitting on top of a 4x4 upright, and I've got a 1-inch spacer on both sides, and then I've got these 2x4s that kind of sandwich everything in, and then it's all screwed together. So it is nice and tight. It is not going anywhere. I'm pretty happy with it. Isn't that a cool view? That's pretty. Terrifying, but cool. All right, now that I'm done up here, the next step is I got to do some work down on the top plate. So let's go down there. Okay, so before I do anything else, I need to get a rafter up here. We're gonna go put it up there. I'm gonna use some clamps to hold it in place. I'm gonna get my angle. I'll get my measurement from the top of the top plate. I got the angle I need for the face that'll go up against the ridgepole. Then as far as the uprights, I'm gonna put uprights up so that I can attach the rafters to the uprights. There'll be 12-inch uprights. It'll be attached to the top plate. Just some added insurance to make sure that the rafters in the building stay together. Okay, so I've got some rafters. I've got these 5 here cut, and then I have my template cut. But Jen just called dinner, so let's go see what we're having for dinner. Hey, you ready for dinner? Come on, Macho. Come Come on, Whitco. The girls already ate dinner. You guys ready? Come on. Let's go see what Mama made for us. Oh my God, it smells delicious. I love an outdoor kitchen because you can smell it as you're walking up to it. So, let's see. What do we got for dinner?
We have pork chops.
Homegrown. From our last pig.
We've got squash and zucchini.
Holy smokes.
And we got some fat for the boys.
Oh yeah, our dogs eat real well. That's gonna be it for right now. We'll be right back at it tomorrow. For now, we're gonna go eat some dinner. I hope you guys enjoyed that. And yeah, give me a minute. So it is the next day. It's late in the morning. It rained all morning, but the rain is gone. The sky looks like it's actually starting to kind of break up a little bit, which is good. But we're under the clock. And the reason we're under the clock is because I just got word from a neighbor. He's gonna come and help me get some of these rafters up. He's gonna be here later this afternoon. Oh boy, that wind is blowing good. But so he's gonna be here this afternoon. Right now, I only have these 5 rafters that are cut. So I've got to cut rafters. And more importantly, I've got to cut my 2x4 uprights, which are going up right along here, so that I have something I can screw the rafters to. So on top of that, a neighbor asked if I could give them a hand. It's going to take about an hour, hour and a half. So I have a lot of work to do. I'm going to have to run out for, like I said, an hour-ish or so and help out a neighbor. And then get back here, finish cutting whatever I have left over. And then when my neighbor gets here late this afternoon, then we're going to put up rafters. I got no time, so I've got to get to work right now. So in the midst of this mad dash to get my rafters cut, we just got word that our son re-upped for another 4 years in the Marine Corps. Very proud, very proud. Very proud dad moment. Very proud dad moment. All right, so we've got the 12-inch 2x4s up here. That's what the rafters are going to be leaning against. And we'll attach the rafters to those 2x4s as well as toenail it into the top plate. Now I do have a neighbor coming over to help. We're not going to put him on camera though. So we're going to go ahead and get these rafters up as soon as he gets here. Hopefully we get them all done. But if not, we're going to get the majority of them up there. And then, yeah. So just give me a few minutes, or for you, just give me a second and we'll show you what it looks like. Well, folks, I am exhausted. It has been a long, long afternoon, but we have rafters. Look at that. What a beautiful sight. Now, unfortunately, I made a major screw up in the design and the build of this garage. Thankfully though, I had enough foresight to use screws when I could have used nails. So it was something we were able to fix. But I'm going to stand here for a moment and ask you, can you tell me? Can you tell what the problem was? No? See that 4x4? I installed that 4x4 4 inches off center. full disclosure, man. Full transparency here. Tell it how it is. I screwed up. Big time. I had that thing that I put so much time and effort. You can kind of see where the 4x4 is and where the 2x4 that was flush with the 4x4. We had to disconnect the 4x4 and move it over 3-4 inches. Because that ridge pole was, boy, that was like a wave, like a snake. But it's done. So I only have 2 more rafters put up, this one and this one. They're going up against the splice. I'm tired. I'm calling it a night. We're gonna knock those out tomorrow. But yeah, I'm so happy. So happy. All right, so it is the next day. It's a little chilly, so I got my jacket on. It's probably gonna come off. Before we go any further in this video, I want to spend a moment and talk about my screw up. I am not a carpenter, and that is not an excuse. I should have known better. This would have been easily mitigated had I just measured my wall. I assumed that the stud that was there was center, and it wasn't, and that is completely on me. The point is, though, at least my takeaway is that this is a learning experience. And this transcends to all new homesteaders, new off-gridders, and just life in general, right? Shit happens. We're going to make mistakes. We're going to fall. We're going to, bust our knee open. But you got to get up. You got to dust yourself off. And however you do that, you've got to figure out what it is you've got to get done. And you got to just go do it. And that's what we did here. I mean, I honestly was ready to throw the towel in. I was ready. I was so upset and pissed off at myself that I did that. But, just have to kind of stop, breathe, think about it, and then, attack it at a different angle and get it done. And that's what we did. And the outside, or the outcome of that, now I have my rafters up. Well, most of them. We're all going to make mistakes. Don't hide from them. Don't make excuses for them. Own them. Acknowledge them. And make damn well sure that you never make those mistakes again. All right. Well, that's enough of my soapbox moment. What I'm going to do now is I've got to cut a few more rafters because we're going to be putting some overhangs on both the back and the front. You see that little piece of that ridge pole that reaches out? There's going to be 2 more rafters on the end there. And then the same on the back here. Oh, right there. So I've got to get those cut. And then I've also got to cut some, I think it's like 8.5 or 9.5 inch blocking. I don't know for sure yet. I got to get up there and measure them. Because those, yeah. So anyways, I got to get all that cut. And then I got to get them up there. So, yeah. Okay, so we've got the 4 extra rafters. And again, these rafters here are going to extend from the tip of the ridge beam all the way down. That blockings go in between this rafter and the new rafter, and that's what will be holding this up. Just like with the rafters, I do have a neighbor coming. We're not going to film him, so just give me a few minutes and I'll show you what the framing of our garage looks like, because we'll be done. Holy smokes, what a great day. Look at that. All of the rafters are up. It looks absolutely amazing. Yes, I'm just walking around in circles in here. The other thing we did, so we added this outside rafter along with those blocking. Did that in the back. And then we also did it here in the front. Like so. I'll show you what it looks like from outside. And then also got the fascia boards up right along there, and it looks pretty damn awesome. I am so happy right now. because we are ready to put strapping and then the roof. So everything is starting to fall into place. This building is almost ready to get dried in. Oh my gosh, I'm so happy right now. I cannot believe this is where we are. So the next step here is our friend Alan from My Maine Cabin Life is going to be coming over, and he is going to get up on that roof, and we're going to put some strapping up there and then get some insulation, and then also the tin. You know, we went through winter looking at just a framed out, 4 walls, and to see it the way that it is today is just amazing. If you would have asked me 3 years ago if I was going to be able to build something like this, I would have told you no. But now, here we are, and it looks freaking awesome. All right, folks, well, that's going to do it for this video. If you liked it, please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you on the next video.